All right, guys. Apologize for the delay. We had a little bit of IT trouble there, but I believe I've been given the green light. We're good to go, and I want to welcome everybody for coming. This is the 8th annual Alliance sale that we've had here in Kerrville. We've got 90 lots. We're excited to show you very good, deep set of pigs of multiple different breeds, I think, and endpoints. We're going to try to work our way through this preview, and for those watching online that are trying to determine maybe when we're going to start the sale, we're going to try to start about 30 minutes after the preview ends, give everybody a chance to eat the jambalaya that the Dugots have provided for us. But make yourselves at home, guys. Like I said, I want to give a big shout out to Premier Initiative for sponsoring our bar that we have going on right now. Austin and Dylan Voiles, great friends of ours, great supporters of our program. I want to say a big thank you to them. I'm joined here by my buddy Doug Albright, Jason Lackey. We're going to work through these and tell you guys about them as we work through them. So with that, we'll let the first two in. Riley, if you want to go ahead and bring those. We're going to start off here with our preview with two pigs from us, from HF Genetics. These will be tag 1 and tag number 2. Tag number 1 is going to be the Berkshire that we have here in the center of the ring, a papered male that's going to be an upward top hand bulletproof. He would be a litter mate to our leadoff gilt we leased at Brockman's, the $7,000 male that we sold at Brockman's, our high seller that our high selling Burke at our first farm sale was out of this litter. Probably as deep and as good of a set of Berkshires as we've had in a couple years, and we've been saving this one for a few weeks for this particular sale. Tag number 2 is going to be our second rounder. He's sired by Swamp Thing, the swallow boar that we bought that was lot 1 at King's last year. Mother's going to be a heavy hitter, Cage the Elephant, first litter deal that Scott Smith had from us. His crew had a lot of success with, just getting her going. But again, this will be HF Genetics. Tag number 1 is the Burke. Tag number 2 is the Belt.
Well, here to kick off the Alliance this evening, we've got, like Cassidy said, we're starting here with HF Genetics and a nice pair of pigs that he brings us. The belted one obviously has got some stoutness and density to him, stout-headed kind of a pig with a good kind of a skeleton. The Cassie's Berkshire thing, if you've not been following along the last couple of years, I've gotten a piece of a breeds at the majority of the shows in Texas. He referenced the gilt that they sold at Brockman's a couple weeks ago. That was very good, and we kind of dove into the upwards a little bit here this year as well. Dove into the upwards a little bit this year as well, and have had incredible success. And this pig, I think, represents a lot of what that boar has put together in terms of elevation, height of shoulder, and just kind of a different look there for a Burke. Great way to start off the Alliance this evening with a great pair from HF Genetics.
All right, coming in the ring now is going to be the group from Wintex Farms, Will, Jay, and company. Good friends of ours once again, been a part of our sale for a long time, and there's really no other firm in Texas that's probably had more influence across multiple breeds over several generations and decades like the Wintex firm has. And they bring us a pair. These are going to be tags number 68 and 69. 68 is going to be the Berkshire appearing pig. He's going to be sired by Against the Grain at 66 Ventures on an OG sow, so a double-bred OG. Mother is a litter mate to Hot Wheels Champion Burke at Austin this past year. Their round 2 is going to be the Blue Gilt. She's going to be tag number 69. She's a one-for-the-road snooze. Mom is a litter mate to the Reserve Light Cross Gilt at the Texas Elite this year that Jade Clark showed.
Wintex needs no introduction, obviously, to this state and success. You drop this Berkshire in, and guys, this thing's so unique for the breed and what he does off both ends of his body. He's long off both ends, but short in the middle. He's big-limbed, and he's long-moving. That guy looks like he's got a very large feeding window. Great marked. I mean, a very, very unique individual that does a lot of hard things for that particular breed. The blue-eyed gilt, just so stout. Her arm's big, and her rear wheel is so large. Her appendages are big. She's got great body texture and hair. I think a gilt that could be an awesome type of show gilt, but an even better type of generator when you start to look at the pieces that she represents. I think a great pair brought to us by Wintex.
Hey, I just want to get on here real quick. If you weren't at Texas Elite last year, I said this a couple times. The Blues were incredible. Will arguably had one of the most unique breeding pieces of any gilt that showed anywhere last spring, and that gilt is a litter mate. The mother's a litter mate to that gilt there last year, and so I was honestly when Cassie said that I had to ask Will once again if that was actually one that he brought out here. That gilt was incredibly good last year. So just look in here for a breeding piece, just some lineage here that I'm pretty shocked that he brought.
Next in will be 8 square. This will be a family for us. My sister, her husband Garrett, Roman, and Miranda. They bring us a pair of them here. Had a little oops earlier. My nephew kind of ran headfirst into one of the bleachers here and had to go get a couple staples in the hospital. Surprised Garrett was able to make it back in time to show his pigs off here, but glad that he's doing okay. This is a pair of litter mates. They're going to be sired by Swamp Thing again. There's going to be several of those in this sale. The Swallow Boar that we bought there at King's last year. Mother's a tricked out, and she'd be a litter mate sister to Party Foul. That was a really popular boar that stood at Burgers there a couple of years ago. They're going to be tags 86 and 87. Tag 86 will be the male pig that Garrett's on. Tag 87 will be his litter mate sister.
The fun thing about these sales is that you're going to get every shape and size of a pig that you can in terms of composition, in terms of readiness. And these pigs look like they do because, honestly, I would tell you they're in the shape that they should be in at this stage. They're natural looking to me. To me, these hogs read immature in the right spots. They're extended up front. They've still got a good length to their hip. They've got good reach off both ends, but still everything reads right down low where it should. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you that these are the most ready, but it's a little reminiscent of looking at pigs in my barn. They're skinny, but at the same time, I think they've got some grow. They've got some future in them, and I know what Garrett and those guys have done. I know they've got a lot of passion for this business. They put a lot of effort into putting good sows in their firm in the last couple of years. Nice pair here from their firm.
All right, coming in next will be Roundsavall Show Pigs. My good buddy Jeremy Roundsavall, a big part of putting on the Alliance every year, and has been one of our truest friends and supporters over the years. He brings us a pair of them, both sired by Swamp Thing. They're going to be tags number 82 and 83. 82 is going to be a Swamp Thing on the push, a sow that had the Grand at Caldwell County 2 years in a row, and his second rounder is going to be tag number 83. That's going to be a Swamp Thing, Poke the Bear, Saved by Grace.
This Swamp Thing sounds like it's going to be here to stay for a while. We bred some very good sows at our place to Swamp Thing and I'm excited now after seeing more and more of these particular pigs. This pair offers a lot of different options in terms of how you want to feed them. The taller, more extended, the wider belted pig there, if you want to feed one that can go and get to heavier weights and you really don't have to worry about them in terms of getting them out of bounds, that's a pig that's tall-shouldered and ties his neck high into his blade. He can really boogie off both ends, and you can feed everything you need to into that particular pig. The narrower belted or the bear that the boar pig that the young lady's got, that one offers just a shot more punch. He's creased up high. He's bigger in his pin set. A pig that's got a great look off both ends. He's sound and flexible. I think both hogs that aren't going to get you in any problem, but still are green enough in their kind to feed into heavier weights. A very, very neat set of pigs here in tags 82 and 83.
All right, coming in next is going to be Foot Farms, and I was hoping they'd split these pigs up, and I'm glad that Kylie decided to there. Foot's been with us for a long time, a good friend, good supporter, like we mentioned there, but he's been with us since the beginning, 8 years back, and we were reminiscing a little bit earlier about some of the pigs he's sold here and some comical stories of getting those sold and yet what they've accomplished. And he sent me a little video of this particular pig earlier in the week, just on bare concrete, walking in a pen, and I just kind of laughed, and I think I texted him back, and I said, he's back. And if you know Foot, he kind of made a career there early on in the Poland breed and has drifted away, I guess, the last few years, but they're getting back in the game, and he said, hey, I've got one. I want people to see him. When I saw him yesterday, I was like, holy buckets, this could be really, really fun. And anyway, this will be their leadoff Poland pig. He's going to be tag number 65. He's a code word ADR, nailed it.
Well, this Poland breed is, man, they're hard to find. I would tell you that as a guy that just tries to buy pigs and go different places. To me, two of the best Poland breeders in the United States are here in our state, and without question, we've been to a lot of sales this weekend. I'm gonna start with that, and we've sold a lot of boars. This Poland has got the upside in terms of chest, head, arm, the size of his rear foot, the size of his rear leg. I don't know if you're trying to win a Poland Bear show, wherever that might be, but if you're watching online or if you're here in person, I'm telling you, this pig has got big-time potential from a firm that has put as many Poland boars in studs to make an influence in that breed across the country as anyone has. That pig come out, and I don't think it takes anyone in the stands or where we're sitting very long to identify that's good livestock there. So I tell Kylie and Jason, congratulations. That's a very good pig. I know we've got two more in here. I'll let Cassidy reference what those other two are, and then Doug will talk those. But the Poland male, obviously, very, very high quality.
Their other two entries are going to be lot 66 and 67. 66 will be the spot-marked pig there. He's not pure, but will classify all day long there. He's sired by White Lie back on a Take 3 sow. If you know their firm, White Lie is actually the solid white crossbred boar that they have there. He actually said this pig has some Chester mates. I think at home they're going to break out in the next couple weeks, but a very, very neat animal that I think Doug will have a lot of fun talking here in a bit. And then their last rounder is going to be the solid black pig. He's sired by Shaft on a 99 Problems, and he is tagged 67.
Yeah, this spotted pig is, man, he's on a different planet. It's hard to find them that classify, that have the year set and the markings, but it's even harder to find them that look like that. Guys, that thing has got big arms, big limbs. I mean, he is short-backed, all the fun things that show judges want to talk about and we like to describe. And he does that in an incredibly well-balanced package. I mean, he is proportionate, huge-legged. That one would be very, very hard to turn in the spotted shows, come February and March. This black pig, and guys, it doesn't matter what color they are. We'll talk about that numerous times tonight. But when they look like this, you better get in because that thing is a sharp-looking, gigantic-legged critter that is just dead level. He is really, really fun. And if you want to go jackpot him every weekend, you probably should go kick this pig up and bid often because he is an absolutely wild individual that is just so fun to study in terms of his feature and his bone, his hair, and then attach just a dainty little head on the front of that. I think an exceptional trio of pigs that Foot brought us. Very, very high end set.
Next up is going to be Atchison Show Pigs, Corey Atchison, and a guy that the last few years has honestly become one of the fellas I talk to as much as anybody, and become not just someone that has raised some outstanding animals here recently and has become a fixture in this deal, but is just a good guy that I'd encourage you to get to know him. He's a great individual, great human, and is putting together great livestock right now. He just brings us one. This is going to be tag 15. This one's going to be sired by Public Enemy, which is the boar that he would have raised, I believe, out of Dog Eat Dog and Nightcap's mother that stands at Mox. This one's mother is going to be a Money's on a Here to Help sow on the bottom side of the pedigree.
Well, as Cassidy referenced, if you don't know Corey, Corey is responsible for making Dog Eat Dog that's there at Premium Blend Genetics that was the sire of the high-selling gilt, I believe, Doug, this year at OIE, and then Nightcap that was there at our place for a second. And he's done an awesome job of putting stuff together. Also, he makes Nightcap, and Nightcap ends up being the sire of Naughty List that stands there at Beeman's. And so Corey genetically has really uplifted himself here in the last 12 months on what he's put together, and I think another high quality pig here that I think has got some value in terms of his proportions, his skeleton. It's still a pig that's green in the right spots, and I think he'll just continue to feed and get better every day. And if you've watched his program, you know those hogs will feed and do what they need to do.
Up now is going to be Cole Genetics, and this will be Garrett Cole, who many of you guys know, obviously, is a big part there of Laird's at Premium Blend Genetics, but at the same time has probably had as high of a batting average and maybe as good of the last 24 months in the show pig industry as just about anybody, especially relative to the number of sows that they have here. And Garrett told me a couple weeks ago that he had a couple saved that he was very, very excited about. I think these pigs kind of got bounced around to a few different homes in between, just transit-wise between Garrett's and here, but glad to see they filled back up and they represent kind of what he wanted them to. We just talked about Corey raising Dog Eat Dog. This is a pair of mates out of Dog Eat Dog. Their mother is going to be a wide awake, buckle up affliction. If you guys will remember back to PT 2024, the mother of these would be a litter mate to the $60,000 gilt and the $15,000 Barra that he sold in PT in 2024. Again, these are going to be tags 42 and 43. 42 is the male, 43 is the gilt.
Yeah, Garrett Cole is one of my very good buddies and a guy that I talk a lot to, not just on which boars to use at Ted's, but just what to breed hogs to and how to make them, because that guy is as hot as peanut grease. I mean, he's a guy that's just making gilts and boar pigs that have gone on and bred on and done an incredible job. Talking about the gilt, I mean, you study her from her head back. I mean, that thing is tall fronted and long in her upper hip, but still big legged down low, but still has a maturity curve to me that looks like she's going to be an incredibly good big one. Guys, I mean, those gilts, I mean, the ones that win reserve at OIE and third out at Expo, I mean, all of these different gilts have been absolutely incredible, and this is representative of exactly what he's trying to do, is to make big league show gilts that can go on and generate. The boar pig there, he is stout from the word go. His jawline, the width between his eyes is incredible. He's shaped up high. He's big in his pins. And when you get in behind him, that thing's hind leg is absolutely gigantic. It's huge. It's stout. He's got big feet. I think a very, very fun pair to study from Cole. Glad they finally made it here. That guy is such a good hog man, making very, very good pigs. I go back in the barn and kick these through.
Next in is our good buddy Cotton there, K-Max Livestock. These are going to be tags 84 and 85. 84 is going to be the Duroc male. 85 is going to be the crossbred male. The Duroc male is going to be an untamed triple threat statement day. This will be the same sow that raised Castrop that sold at Lackey Sale in the spring that stands at 66 Ventures. The crossbred male is going to be a far and wide buckle up. Said the mother was a guilty purchase from Albright 2 years ago at the Syndicate.
Well, I could get a little sentimental here. I know Cotton just went off to college, and we took Weston to college on Thursday, and that's probably the most important thing in this pin to me. And I tell you that there's no doubt. I'll tell you that in 5-10 years, one of the best hog breeders in the state of Texas is going to be this kid right here. There's no doubt. He loves it. He's smart. And he's very passionate about it. And you never see Cotton at a sale or at a pig show where he's not up front studying stuff and trying to figure it out. And so I'm sure he's busy judging, and they've got him busy there, and I understand why he's not here. But at the same time, very proud of what he's brought. The Belder one in here. Skinny pig, obviously, one that just needs to get going, just needs pushed a little bit. But I think his silhouette, his build, and his presence from the side are very good. Cassidy to reference that the red boar here is out of the same sow, I believe, is what he said, as the boar that sold this spring in our sale. And you can ask anyone what that pig looked like at our sale, but probably more importantly, you should ask Evan Green what he looks like right now. I know Evan's pretty fired up that he got that hog bought and that he's standing there at their place. That was a very good red hog, and Cotton's putting a lot of emphasis on the Duroc program there at his house. Nice pair here from K-Max.
Coming in next is going to be Canesi Show Pigs, Russell, and probably had as short of a drive to the barn here as anybody, and yet a good buddy, good friend, and someone that has proven time and time again his capability of not only making good ones, but especially in this breed hog game, kind of being one of the trendsetters, especially over the last decade. He is going to have tag 6 and tag 7. Tag 6 is going to be the spot male. He's going to be sired by Silent Night there at Crossroads on a black pearl sow. His second rounder, the blue male, is going to be sired by Culture. That's the Mark Gray boar that stood at Evan Green's there for a bit, and his mother is a Wham daughter.
Yeah, Russell, one of the fun, good guys in this business, and if you don't enjoy talking to him, you probably just need to go home, because that's one of the truly enjoyable individuals out there in the pig business, and I look forward to it every time. This spotted hog is just absolutely incredible when you study him from the side. That hog is that spotted pig is so elevated up front and long off both ends. A hog that's really good in terms of his rear joint. A very, very neat individual that'll have an incredible show season within that particular breed. The blue pig, obviously, large limbs. I mean, he is so in parts and pieces in terms of his look, in terms of his spread and shape. He's got a huge hind leg, short-backed, and fun to study. I think that light cross thing is getting really, really hot. I think an awesome individual there as well in tag 7. Tag 6 and 7 from Canesi.
All right, Nick. All right, next in we've got the group from MT Hard, Matt Murdoch, Taylor Murdoch, another great couple that's making huge strides in this business. Another very good supporter of our deal, and have been with us since the early days of it. And they've had a phenomenal sale season so far. I think one of the neater sets of pigs that they probably put together as a whole. And I know only halfway through selling season, but it's going to be interesting to see kind of what comes out next from the MT Hart crew. They bring us a landrace male and a white crossbred gilt here. They're going to be tag number 57 and 58. 57, the landrace. He's a pull the trigger, sober up, happy hour. His mother would have just raised the champion landrace bear. That sow is also a litter mate to the champion landrace gilt at San Antonio and the Texas Elite. Grandmother just raised the $17,000 boar pig they sold to Premium Blend at Linder's Farm Sale just 2 weeks ago. The gilt is going to be their second rounder, tag 58. That's going to be a truce. That'd be the White Flag Son at Crossroads that High Point sold at PT last year. One of the more memorable pigs, at least in my mind, during sale season last go around. Mom's a Wham Tarantino. That sow would have raised the $27,000 light cross gilt at the Texas Elite last year.
Matt's done a great job with his program here the last couple of years, and obviously has had a staple there at Texas Elite and all of our shows across the state in San Antonio and Houston. And I think the representative of his program is what you see in here right now. The Chester male, or did you call him a landrace? I don't know what you called him. He's a okay. His pedigree says that he's a landrace, and you buy him and you decide what you like to do with him. That pig, I would say, if nothing else, that pig is as exotic for that breed from the side as anything you're going to see. Immature, probably in the right spots in terms of his head carriage. He's a clean jointed kind of a bear that's got good length and extension on both ends. The white gilt, one of the more memorable light cross gilts over the last couple of years is the one that Cassidy referenced there a second ago. Was that one that Murdoch sold at Texas Elite there a couple times back. And I think this one's got those big pieces as well. Great shape to her body, great shape to her rib. Still very, very good shape up high. Nice set here from Murdoch.
All right, coming in next is going to be Cole Farms. Troy Cole from right up the road there in Castroville, America. Brings us a single entry, but I'm going to tell you what, guys, if you've been paying attention in Texas the last couple years, there's very few folks that have had as good of a run as Troy has in the spotted breed. I was very excited when he sent me the photo and showed me what he was bringing, that it was going to be a spot. And he says in his write-up here, the stoutest baby spot that they have ever put together. This one's going to be a spot the ball, pocket change, times change. The mother of this one was the 5th overall heavy spot at San Antonio last year. She's a litter mate to the Reserve Dark at the Grandstand, as well as a class winner at San Antonio, and the Grand Dam would have been reserved at Fort Worth. He does want to make note that this pig has a small superficial extra dew claw, and will guarantee this pig through removal wherever you may want to do that. This is tag number 73 from Cole Farms.
Mr. San Antonio over here has shown up with a spotted pig that not only can win spotted hog shows, but probably can make better spots. That pig is absolutely stout as you could ever make one, with an awesome look up front. He's short-backed. He's still long hipped off both ends, or long off both ends. Man, that is a big rear wheel. And where he cushions and bounces off of his rear foot and rear joint for that particular breed is so unique and so hard to do. When he finally gets them collected, that pig is absolutely dynamite from the side. An exceptional pig from Cole. What you want to do with him, breed sounds to him, whatever it is, I think that's a high-level spotted male.
All right, coming in next is going to be F2. That'd be Johnny Flores and his herdsman Trey Flores. Bring us a really, really nice pair of red ones here next. And they're going to be tags number 19 and tag number 20. Tag number 19, he's going to be the one that the young lady in the blue is driving right there. He's going to be sired by All That, and I guess maybe the most memorable thing about that pig's pedigree is his mother is a littermate to Red Zone and Sticks and Stones that collectively I think brought $250,000 last year at the syndicate sale. Two of the more memorable pigs at pig sales last season, and definitely two of the more memorable boars on board tours last January if you made the trips there. His second rounder is going to be tag number 20. That's going to be sired by Red Zone himself. That one's mother is going to be Red Zone's grandma, so actually stacks in that sow family pretty tight into the pedigree.
I was trying to keep up with what Cassidy said there, and I don't remember anything that he said in terms of pedigrees and stuff like that. But I will tell you that I will tell you. Mic check. What I will tell you. God damn it, mother. Hello, everyone. What I will tell you is if you.
I'm not sure I'm gonna. I guess I'm in the right spot. Yeah. This the pick that the young lady in the blue's on. Sorry, we're all a little off here, guys. If you fed many red pigs, you understand what maturity and green in the right places at the right times is so important. And that's where this pig is so good. He is wild looking. And you can tell, I mean, in terms of his pedigree there, he's going to have awesome hair. He's going to be stout. That guy is very good built in terms of his length and his step and his ability to get out and go. And when you can feed red pigs hard, they need to look like this as baby pigs. I think a very high-level one that could be an awesome show bearer, come February. Tag 20 there, is another option, if you will. He's a shorter, stouter version. That particular, he's got that sow really lined up in that pedigree so well. He's stout, he's short-backed, he's really big-armed. He's a really stout-legged type of red barra, but he's still got a very unique look. He ties his head high. I think a pig that's awesome chested, and he's got really big limbs. I think you can get in where you fit in between that particular pair and how you want to feed them, because I think they both offer different windows and different styles. I think a great pair from F2.
It's something to do being close to that speaker, I guess. All right, next in the ring is going to be Lindner, obviously one of my best buddies, someone I talk to, it seems like almost every day, and they bring us a single entry here. Obviously had just a phenomenal farm sale last night. One of the premier breeders, premier programs in the state across several different species several different breeds. And Luke texted me earlier this week the picture of this pig, and he said, I'm saved one of my very, very best Berkshire appearing ones for this particular event, and I'm excited for you to see him. And whenever we got him out earlier, he certainly lived up to the hype, in my opinion there. He's going to be tag number 64. His pedigree is going to be King of the Castle, Above and Beyond, Top It Off.
I'll try this again. Fallon brings in the pig here from Lynn. I've picked up the mic a couple times in my life. I got this. The pig here. pig here from Lindner, and we were able to go to Luke's.
Guys, if you were at Luke's last night, you saw one of the best sets. The only time in my life I'll be able to say this, that I sounded better than Jason Lackey on a microphone. Hey, let me live in my own little world here, okay? I'll take my wins when I can. If you guys got to see that set of Berkshires that they had last night, they're absolutely memorable. They were just top to bottom, looked like hogs. They were going to win on every level that they were. And I was mesmerized by that set last night. And this particular pig does the same. It can leave you speechless from the side. He's so wild in his look, but still wide and square underneath. He's immature, but still stout. And that's hard to do in this breed when we've got 80 of those Berkshire sows at home. We're trying to make them look like this, guys, in terms of their head, in terms of their build, but still doing it without being too long and too fat. He's immature and skinny-necked. I think a pig that's just going to get better and better and better. He's perfect marked. I think it's just an absolutely killer type of Berkshire Bear prospect from Lindner.
All right, next up, Shane Brenning, Brenning Genetics, needs no introduction, obviously. One of the OGs of our industry, and is still going as strong as ever at this point in time, and brings us a set of 4 here. We're going to split up, and what we've got in the ring right now is going to be tags number 10 and tag number 13. So this will be the pig that he starts with and the pig that he ends with. Tag number 10, that's going to be the one I believe that Cody's on over there. That one's going to be a mercenary push. Tag number 13 is going to be the one that Riley's on there in the center of the ring. That's a gear up, non-negotiable.
I guess I'm in the right spot. Shane couldn't have been said it any better. He is the OG. If you want to talk about a guy who's evolved at every step of the game in terms of making hogs that are good and competitive for generations, he's done it better than anybody. Tag 10, I actually dig this pig. I mean, he is so good from the side. He's a long-hipped animal that's still got a stout hit about him. He's big in his arm. He's stout in his feet, but he's still green in his shape enough that he's just going to get better. Guys, I think that's a high-level type of show bearer that can win on the biggest stages. 13's a pig that's just a little greener or a little further behind that particular pig in terms of his readiness, but he offers a little bit different kind in terms of he's shorter backed, he's really tall fronted, he's got a really big fat rear wheel about him, and he's got a really shapely back. I think a bear that's, you want to feed him towards March or end of February. I think a great pair in tags 10 and 13 from Brenning.
All right, next up is going to be the last 2 entries here from Brenning. These are going to be tag number 11 and tag number 12. Riley, right here, she is on tag number 11 and tag number 12. Cody's on the kind of the more traditionally belted one there. Tag number 11, that's going to be a naughty power trip. I know talking to Shane, he's as high probably on his naughty pigs as anything right now, and he mentions that the mother of this pig was the reserve grand gilt at the Iowa State Fair 4-H show last year. If you know Shane, he doesn't let go of very many gilts very often. He told me yesterday this was his favorite gilt that he had in this age group, and he brought her here to be offered. Tag number 12 is going to be the male pig, sired by State of Mind, the Canouth boar that's there at Platts on a toe-to-toe sow.
Well, one of undoubtedly, I just want to say what Doug said there a little bit. One of the the breeders in our industry that is a breeder. He's got a breeding mind. He does what he wants. He's got a program, and he sticks with it. And I thought his first 2 pigs were very good. He brings in a pair of pigs here, and I would tell you, obviously this gilt's not eligible for Texas Elite, but San Antonio, anything else like that, that may be as high of a quality gilt as we have seen all weekend. That gilt has got a tremendous upside. San Antonio, whatever you might want to do with her, put her back in your herd. That gilt's good. This bull pig here just has got the Shane Brenning attributes: head, bone, stoutness, arm, shoulder blade, all those things to him. A little different perhaps in his look there, but it takes some of those kind of stoutness to get the places that you want. An awesome pair here, and 4 very good pigs from Shane.
All right, next in we've got Colson Show Pigs, and a firm that obviously had a tremendous afternoon here earlier, selling one there at the Established, and very, very good folks there. Glad to have Monty and company with us. This is going to be their lone entry. This is tag number 45, sired by Monkey Business. If you haven't heard of him yet, you're going to. And I think it's going to be a really fun run ahead for that particular boar that stands at Evans. Mother's a backdrop, and he mentions this sow was the Grand Gilt at Tulsa in 23, and she's raised the Reserve Grand Breeding Gilt at Nebraska this past year. Again, this is Colson's entry, tag number 45.
Yeah, Colson's, congratulations again on an absolutely incredible day. And if you don't know who Monkey Business is, he sired the $400,000 boar at the opener. Just a very, very unique critter himself there that stands at Evans. And this pig's very unique in his own right. He's so tall-fronted, but he's not a sissy in terms of his head shape. That's a big hog. I mean, he looks like he's got a very large feeding window and where he could be exhibited. But he's still got a very good rib cage about him. He's big pinned. He's got a big hind leg about him. I think if you like to feed hogs that have room to get to where you want to get to, it's been hard as an industry sometimes to get these hogs to heavier weights. That hog looks like he can be a heavyweight wherever you want to get him. Very, very good pig from Colson.
All right, coming in is definitely the group that comes from the furthest south geographically, and the group from 4F here. Cleve Cooper Ford brings us a pair of them. Tags number 88 and 89. Tag 88 is going to be their male pig, their leadoff. That's going to be started by Ambush. That's there at Moggs. Mother's a Kong, Stay Classy. Their second rounder is going to be their Gilt. That is going to be tag 89. She's sired by the popular Trogdon boar that brought $250,000 last year at Kings, called Forever there at Ted's. Mother's a No Stranger, Tricked Out.
These guys have probably put as much into it in terms of sow power and trying to put a set of females together down there as just about anyone in our state. And I would tell you that Doug would say this. Doug judges a lot of shows. It takes about 2 steps to get the realization of what you got. That's about all it took to identify this male and what he's got. That is a very immature, very good skeleton, good-footed, just very good balance kind of a pig. And is he an outlier? I have no idea. Is that a good pig? He absolutely is. That's a very good male pig that these guys bring out to us tonight. That's not going to get you in a hole anywhere. That pig has got incredible upside to me. And then he brings the gilt out, and we talked about that yesterday during the gilt preview there at the Established, about the influence of the Trogdon program with Forever and Always and Infinity, and I believe 2 more that those guys have gotten stud somewhere. The bend and the flex and the cushion to her hock and her rear foot are incredible. She's got real honest shape up high, and I would tell you guys, look these 2 up. 88, 89, that's an incredibly high-quality pair of pigs that these guys bring us tonight.
Next up, we've got Impact Livestock, and Benson Schaefer here brings us his show pig. And, Ian's been after me for several years to bring a pig here, and kind of got numbers where he wanted it, and decided let's go ahead and give him a shot. And, man, they certainly delivered. A pig that certainly hit me really hard in the last couple days since he's been here. Young man does just a killer job of getting him drove as well there, and happy to have Ian. Great family, great livestock tradition amongst that family. With both him and Chama there. This is tag number 70. This pig is sired by Manley there at Halfins. Mother is quite frankly next in tension, and she raised the Reserve Grand at Mills County this year in her first litter.
Yeah, Impact brought us a very, very good one here. Awesome mark, so cool and memorable in terms of his color pattern. But what gets this pig really high on my list is just in terms of his presence and his kind. It's really hard to put a good-shouldered one with a neck that long on the front end of their body, and he does that so well. And then when you get off behind that particular pig, he's got a huge rear leg that bends and flexes the right way. That's a great skeleton type of show pig with a wild look. I think he's got a really high window, high ceiling in this particular pig, and he's just so memorable in his kind. Young man's doing an absolutely bang-up job getting him stuck and getting him drove. But, man, a fun pig to study from Impact. I'd go back there and get him looked up.
All right, next up is the crew from Gold Dammer, and I kind of jokingly said earlier that the 4F guys were from as far south as we got, and I don't know, I guess maybe I shouldn't have said that because these 2 guys could probably arm wrestle over it for just how far south they're from there. But I remember John last year, he brought a pair that were tremendous. A pig he led off with, got a great home, had a great run there, and was a very, very memorable animal from this particular sale. Brings us 3 this time, and his leadoff is going to be the Little Solid Black Pig. He's tag number 31. He's sired by Blacklist, the A.J. Lewis $90,000 pig from PT last year. He says his mother's a tricked out. He purchased from San Antonio Gilt Sale. His round 2 is going to be the big kind of chromed up spot backed one there. Another one sired by Blacklist. This pig's mother had Briley Byers' Reserve Dark at Austin 2 times ago. And then his last rounder is going to be kind of the narrow-belted one there. That is going to be tag number 33. That pig is sired by Nightmares, and that would be out of the same sow as his leadoff here last year.
Well, they bring us a good set, and I'm not incredibly familiar with this, but why I am familiar with it is because Todd Byers buys pigs here. I know they're familiar with this family, and I remember Briley's bear that was there at Austin a couple years ago and how good that pig was. And obviously the dot back one is out of the same sow as that one that was there a couple years ago. The black pig is hard to deny, and if you're not familiar with Blacklist, that was the A.J. Lewis hog that sold at PT last year. That was maybe perhaps the heaviest bone bear or the heaviest bone boar pig that sold there at PT last year. This hog has got those same attributes with an awesome head carriage. Doug said it a little bit ago, and I want everybody in here to know this. Color's basically flown out the window. Blue pigs are winning shows. White pigs are getting pieces of shows. A solid black pig won OYE last year, and this one has got the quality and I think the ceiling to do the exact same thing. A program, those guys are doing a great job putting the sows together. I think a great trio here from this firm.
Canal Show Pigs is in the ring here now and brings us just one, but a really neat little red pig, guys. It's going to be tag number 50, sired by Olson 102 on an Outcry sow. Said the dam's a first litter sow, and Outcry is the cry about its son that sired the Grand Gilt at the 2025 Expo.
I'm sure anybody who gets this pig bought can probably get him shown better than Kyle's doing, but I just had the opportunity to judge the gilts at the Illinois State Fair, and his crew brought a set of red gilts that were different looking and different pieces and parts that I'd seen all summer. And what they represented from a stoutness and a robustness and just a texture standpoint was very, very fun to think about and study. And I see that in this particular pig and where he can get. I think that's a very, very good pig that looks like he can win a Texas Barra Show. Guys, if you don't feed red pigs but want to, or don't raise red pigs but want to feed red pigs, they need to look like this at this particular weight. Yes, he's fast, but I think that's a very good pig. He's awesome built. He's got an incredible head shape, and I know they're not maybe known for a bunch of red pigs, but man, that set that I saw this summer, they fed into absolute beasts. And it'd be very fun to see what this thing looks like this winter. Very, very good pig, tag 20 from Canal.
Eggers Show Pigs coming in next, and when I started this sale 8 years ago, Joe was coming off just an absolute heater of a run at the majors, and brought him in, and he's been a big part of it ever since. A great friend of our family's, me and my wife's there. Wasn't able to make it down, but sent the crew down, and I told him, he texted me last night, and he said, what do you think? And I said, honestly, I think top to bottom, potentially the best set that he's brought as a whole to the Alliance since we started. This is his leadoff pig. This is tag number 26. He's a Conquistador Last Horizon.
Next in is I need a little volume, Cassie. Or maybe I don't. Maybe that'll fuck everything up. Next in is Eggers, and Joe's done an awesome job, and Joe's one of the more sustainable breeders in our business, and I think the guy next to me would agree that sustainability in our business is the hardest thing that we can do. But Joe, year in and year out, always has something that surfaces down here and in Iowa and across the country, and this hog has got just real stuff. What you would expect from Joe: real width down low, real shape up high, real muscle from behind. And all the things that you would expect. In those hogs, we fed some. The guys in our state have fed some. Their continuation and their just ability to feed and grow and do the right stuff and just be good market hogs is always something that's always prevalent there at Eggers Farms. And I think his leadoff here is very representative of what he tries to put together.
Eggers to Berkshire consignments coming here next, and the gilt that the pig they're going to run second is going to be the gilt. She's tag number 27, and then the Berkshire male is going to be tag number 28. The Berkshire gilt is a purebred. That's going to be a commitment pin one called up. Her mom was the reserve grand gilt at Iowa State Fair in 2025. The Berkshire male pig, he's not going to be pure. He's going to be sired by walk-off there at Laird's, the calico or kind of cheetah-colored boar there on a commitment called up sow. So bred dirty, but should classify pretty handedly here. These are going to be lots 20 or tags 27, tag 28 from Eggers.
Yeah, Eggers, to echo what Jason had to say, we've fed a few of those the last few years in Michigan, and their hogs that just get better. They're finishers, and that's been hard to do in this business. For these particular pair, obviously the gilt, a purebred San Antonio size type of gilt, and not only does she look like a high-quality show gilt, she looks like one that could be a great sow. Just in terms of her head, her rib cage, the swoop and swing that she's got out back with just a comfortable skeleton. I think a great sow prospect as well as a show gilt there from Eggers. And then this Berkshire, so sharp up front but big-chested. I think a green pig in terms of his body shape, but still good in terms of his muscle. I think a very, very good Berkshire pig there also from Eggers.
All right, these will be Eggers' last two pigs that he's going to run through and brings us a little bit of variety here. Tag number 29 is going to be the crossbred gilt there, and that particular female is going to be a walk-off Bravo Encore. And then the last pig he's going to run through the ring is tag number 30. That would be the Duroc gilt. She comes with papers there, and she is a lost and found on the rocks.
Well, once again, one of the most important things that we look at here, I know we talk a lot about show pigs, but we're also looking at sow value here, and resale value. If you have watched these sales and trying to put a sow herd together, one of the best programs in the country is the Eggers program, and I think you can see two very valuable females here, very different in their build. And Doug said it earlier. The Durocs aren't supposed to look like the crosses when they weigh 50 pounds. They're just not. This one obviously doesn't. She's immature in the right spots. I think everything works from the side. I think once she kind of fills into her body and gets everything to blend, that's a very high-quality red gilt. And then the crossbred, maybe just as dense of an animal as we brought out yet today. Head, arm, body shape, forerib shape, and just real muscle from behind. And the way that everything sits to the ground, very good on that one. I think a great set here that Eggers brought us this evening.
Next up, one of my very, very best friends in this business, John Fontenot, a guy that's been here for a while, has won at the absolute highest levels, and to me, as a family and as a man, probably as genuine and as true of a guy as you'll possibly come across. Been glad to have him over the years. He's sold some of the best ones that have ever sold here in this ring in recent years, and we're excited about this trio that he brought here. This is going to be his second and his third rounders. Tag 22 is going to be the one that Cody is on. Tag 23 is the narrow belt there that Riley's on. 22 is going to be a stone cold stop and stare. Tag 23 is going to be an in the fire, out for blood.
Yeah, the only problem with John this weekend is he left the women at home, and we're a little disappointed about the lack of fun we get to have. But at the same time, he brought an incredible set of pigs. This wide-belted pig is very good. I love his head shape. I mean, that's a big-bladed pig that looks like he's on the way up. He's got an awesome rear leg about him. He looks like he's a hog that still can become a big pig at the same time. He's never going to be squishy-footed. He's got an awesome head shape about him. Very nice pig in that wide belt. The narrow-belted bear, another one that's so stout in his head, so stout in his arm. I think a very fun pig. He's fast, but a very good pig that's long in his hip. I think a very good set of feeding bears from Fontenot.
Coming in next is going to be Fontenot's leadoff. This is going to be tag number 21, and I know talking to John, one that he's had saved away for this event for a while and one he's very, very proud of. This one is going to be sired by One for the Road that's there at Wintex, first crop boar, and then Mothers and Out for Blood.
John brings us a very good set tonight. He's had a great weekend and a really good sales season thus far. And there's a littermate that sold earlier today that brings $12,000, a dot back pig that I thought was awfully nice. We've had the opportunity to go to John's a couple times, and the state of Louisiana will always be near and dear to my heart. And I love going out there and looking at pigs. I'll tell you. If you want to go to the back and look at these pigs, when I was there was a set of 39 litter pigs. I tried and tried. They weren't for sale, and I understand why. He brings us one here tonight. He brought us one here earlier today, and this litter was incredibly good. Out of the boar at Wintex, out of an Out for Blood sow.
All right, next up, my good buddy Beanie with Rutledge Reds, another very good friend of mine from the great state of Louisiana. This is going to be tag number 44, sired by Untamed. That'd be the red boar that was just incredible at Top Cut that was lost just way too soon, I believe, this summer. But this will be his only pig crop, and this would be one sired by him. This is a third parity sow that would have produced the Louisiana State Fair champion Duroc in 2024. I would have judged that year, actually. Incredible female, outstanding lineage on the bottom side of this pig's pedigree.
Yeah, Beanie brought us a very nice one, a very good pig, and I absolutely love this pig's head shape, his stoutness, and he looks like one that's just going to feed. Guys, like we've talked, red pigs do not need to have all the muscle in the world at this particular stage, but they need to have indicators of stoutness. They need to have indicators of continuation, and this particular pig certainly does that. Those pigs out of that boar look like they're going to feed. I'd probably feed one if you had the chance. I think you're going to have one here to buy one tonight from Beanie. That's a very, very neat red pig from Rutledge, tag 44.
Next up, another good friend of mine, Gabe Swallow, and no doubt one of the another one I guess considered the OGs of the industry, and one of the biggest influencers when you talk about crossbred genetics amongst our population here in the show pig industry. Brings us a single entry, and this is going to be tag number 3. This one's going to be sired by Swamp Thing. Again, the boar that we would have bought from Gabe that led off Kings last year. No one dove in harder other than us into that boar than Gabe. Sent him semen pretty much every day, every collection day, I think, that season and here the past month or so. And had a pair of them saved away. Took one to the established that sold earlier. And this is going to be his pig that he sells here. Mother's a Here I Am sow that was the reserve cross at LSU.
Well, I would tell you here, just pay attention to programs. Gabe would never tell you this himself, but this summer, if you look at all the winners across America, no, regardless of who they were from directly, Gabe's influence was all across every state fair that we had. Unrivaled, everything that was accomplished this summer had a lot to do with Gabe and what he's put together over the last couple of years. And when Gabe brings pigs down, the people in Texas love to feed them. They're always so predictable. Gabe's pigs have always got just a silhouette, a build, a stoutness to them to where they're always going to be competitive in the end. This pig's got an immature look to him, and still at the same time, his skeleton down low, the way his shoulder and hock and rear foot bends, I think reads that this pig could be a very good big one. Don't ever shy away from somebody that comes from a program like this. I think an awesome pig here that Gabe brings us.
All right, next up, we've got a first-year consigner here to the Alliance, but someone that's no stranger to winning, especially in the red side of things. Austin Juice Burns Show Pigs here from the north side of the country, brings us a pair of them that are going to be tags number 34 and tag 35. Austin here in the black is on tag 34. In the back here, we've got tag number 35. They're litter mates. They're going to be sired by Red Zone. Mom's a Da Vinci sow that raised the 9th overall Duroc there at OIE in 2026.
Austin's obviously a good friend, and I've known him practically his entire life. And there's one thing that he's never strayed away from, and that is red pigs. Red pigs in general and stout red pigs. The one that he's on is absolutely gigantic chested. His rib cage lays on him the right way. That's a big-legged critter with a stout pin set and a square build when he goes away from you. And he just looks like a man. It looks like he's going to be a man. It looks like he's going to be a heavyweight red barra that's got an awesome head shape about him. The one that Jaws is on, tag 35 there, probably a greener pig, and that's okay. He looks like a hog that's going to get better, but he's not skinny by any stretch of the imagination. He's got a big back and a big rear end laid in that particular pig. He's got a wild look about his head shape. And where Austin's been so good is these hogs that get to their end point and win. I'll argue that very few people over the last 5 years have won more red pig shows than Austin has. And, and he brings us a very, very nice pair down to the Alliance.
Oxford, Ohio is in the house. Corb Farms comes in next. My good buddy, known for a long time, and to me one of the sharpest guys in this deal. Just brings us one, but man, another guy that's brought several of the Alliance sell highlights, just thinking over the last 7 to 8 years here. And if he just brings one, it's because he's got one he's very, very proud of. And obviously his color's a little bit different there. Take that how you will, but I think an incredible animal that's sired by Culture Shock on a driving force daughter.
Well, Corb's had an awesome run. He referenced earlier today about having so many pigs that won last summer and his continuation. And I'll be honest, I watched Indiana for a second last week, and I watched just 2 or 3 classes. And I text David. I heard the commentators bring one pig up. One pig comes out, and the pig, I don't know anything. I was just looking, and I told David, I said, that pig looks good. Yeah, that one's mine. Okay, very good. We went to David's there about a month ago, and I thought his pigs were incredibly good. This one's no slouch. And ringside, if you want me to continue to talk about color, if you want David or Doug to continue to talk about color, we will. It doesn't matter. Pigs are hard to make good anymore. This pig is good. His build is good. His skeleton's good. Coming and going. He sets his feet right down on both ends of his body. He's still really broad underneath. I think a pig that's got tremendous upside. And I would argue, you can say his color's not great. I would argue that his color in the end would be pretty memorable. A pretty nice pig here from Corb.
We got Gravois show pigs from eastern Louisiana there coming in next. Another great friend of ours once again, and a guy that doesn't have a lot of sows, but a very, very high batting average. Brought some very nice pigs here and at several live sales the last few years. And if you follow along in Louisiana and just look at track records and you follow a winner's page, you're going to see Gravois show pigs the last few years pop up, I think, very, very frequently. These are tags 48 and 49. Clyde is on 48, kind of the narrow belt there. Jordan is on 49. 48 is sired by Greater Good on a One Truth sow. Jordan is on 49 there. That's going to be out of Diablo there at Sli's, back on a Moneyline daughter.
Yeah, Clyde brought us a very good set of pigs, and the one that Clyde's on there, that pig's very, very neat from the side. His lines are so good. He attaches a very stout head and jawline on the front end of his body. His tail sets where it should, and his legs are absolutely ginormous. He's really tall at the point of his shoulder as well. I think a very neat pig that'll be a very fun big one. The one that Jordan's on there, man, that's a stout, big pinned one. When you get in behind him, he's good in his shoulder set. He's really long out front. I think a very, very neat pig that's got tons of shape and tons of muscle with an awesome head. I think a very fun set of feeding pair from Clyde and crew.
Well, next up we have Littlefield, and I'll be honest, this is my first time getting to know Brady and visited with him there here the past couple of days. But my buddy Doug, he's close by there, and he had mentioned he had some pigs he thought very highly of. And then another friend of mine, Scott Smith, he gave me a call one day, and he said, "Hey, there's a guy. His last name's Littlefield up here in Michigan." He said he's got a pair of pigs. I don't know if you got room in the Alliance, but I think they need to come. And I've learned at this point to trust Doug, trust Scott. They know what they're talking about. And when this pair unloaded and I got to see them, I was very, very happy. Brady seems incredibly intelligent, great guy here. This is a pair of littermate brothers, sired by Naughty List, that stands there at Beeman's at 333. Mother's a high heat sow that raised the 3rd overall light cross at the Michigan Youth Expo in her first litter.
Yeah, Brady only lives just a few miles down the road from me, and the only thing that outdoes Brady in terms of him as a person is his fiance, but he didn't get to bring her, so shame on him for that. But very true, and all jokes aside, I went over there and looked at pigs a few weeks ago, and I thought, man, that's a very good set of pigs, bud. They need to go south. They need to be exhibited and shown, and especially this belted. I think the blue pig's got an awesome window, but we'll talk about the belted pig first. And those Naughty List pigs have been very good, and he'll never sell me the sisters to this particular litter, and I understand why. I've always been captivated by this pig. I've watched him grow up. I've just admired his head shape, his build, his general kind. He looks like a finisher. He looks like a pig that's going to get better every single day of his life. He's awesome in his build. You can see that just the sheer quality that particular pig represents. And not to be outdone by him is the blue mate brother. That blue mate brother is awesome in his rib cage. He's big and wide underneath. He's long in terms of his hip structure and the way that he sets his rear foot down. This has been an incredible litter of pigs that Brady's been telling me about since the day that he, the day that these were born, and they've backed it up every single time. I think a fun pair. Go talk to Brady. He's highly intelligent. He's making very, very good pigs, and it's always fun to have another Michigander come south with a good set of pigs.
GNS comes in next here. Garrett Sproul, and a firm that really is kind of a highlight of the industry and really needs no introduction, if you will, there. They have tags number 8 and tag 9. Tag number 8 is going to be the belted male. Tag number 9 is going to be the solid black one. Tag number 8 is going to be started by Weirdo there at Halfin's. Mom's a wide awake, tricked out. If you follow along with their program, you'll probably key in on the fact that that litter mate, or that mother, is a litter mate sister to Power Hour, Widespread, and Plan B. She's also a full sib to High Alert. His second rounder, the solid black pig that is tag 9, is a hotbed, High Alert. Quite frankly, that'd be the same sow line as the reserve light crossbearer at Missouri last weekend.
Well, we've had incredible success feeding hogs from Garrett. There, and I know that Cassidy referenced there a second ago that one of these pigs goes back to Power Hour's mother, and still a boar that we purchased at PT 2 years ago that we continue to use because those pigs have been so good and just they're so natural in how they feed and so natural in what they are. But I think a pair here from Garrett that have got a tremendous upside. I've said this about multiple guys here tonight, but put so much emphasis on sow power. The sow power, I can promise you, behind these two pigs are incredibly good, and I would almost guarantee you these hogs will just continue to get better day by day.
Next in, guys, is going to be Keplinger, and I'm going to keep my opinions pretty minimal this evening and let the two guys that are a lot smarter than me talk pigs. But I'll just ask you, if you're around ringside, to kind of key in, because there's an opportunity here in the ring right now that doesn't come around very, very often. Obviously, Keplinger's on a tear, unlike many of us have probably ever seen in a lot of different ways there. But this gilt, he texted me and he said, hey, my favorite gilt I'm sending south is coming to you. I'm very excited about her. Let me know what you think when you see her. We got her out this morning, and I was just floored. And I'm excited she's here, excited to see where she lands. I would just encourage you to make sure you're paying attention here. This one's sired by the Goss Boar, unstoppable at PBG. Mother would be a next intention sow that his son Eli showed a few years ago and won several shows that summer.
Man, those that Keplinger deal on Victory Road has been so good. And not only is Seth one of my best friends, that crew are just fun people to be around and spend time with. And really, to not elaborate too much, but guys, I mean, he's hotter than a go-kart muffler, and it's incredible to watch and see those hogs breed on and create better ones for everybody that they've went to. If you guys don't know, he sold a gilt this size last January that will go down as one of my favorite show gilts that I've ever seen. And she was this size. They brought her in a dog crate to a pig sale. She brings 27,000 and sells for 160,000 at the expo. And she looked like this pig. This pig probably has even stouter indicators than that particular pig did. If you can't tell how good this pig is, then we need to just keep studying harder. Her head shape, her build out back, her feature, her arm, her generating kind, as well as show gilt capabilities, is absolutely unmatched. She's got a pedigree. These Unstoppables have been lights out everywhere that they've been and sold this spring. You're going to hear so much about them. But, man, if you have an opportunity to tie into a sow base that not many people do, you have an opportunity tonight at the Alliance to buy a very, very high-end critter from Keplinger.
Adam Beck, his crew comes in next. First-year consigner here, guys, but Adam Beck, one of the major faces in our industry, owner of Crossroads Genetics there, one of the biggest boar studs in the country. So glad he's here. Adam's just a great human, great family, great program. Brings us a mixed bag here. We've got a spot male that he's going to lead off with. It's tag number 90, and then a crossbred male that is tag number 91. The spot male, sired by his popular boar, Silent Night. Mother is a Limitless El Reno. The Limitless Dam was the 3rd overall spot gilt at Team Purebred and 4th overall at Louisville last summer. The crossbred is going to be out of the Swallow boar, unmatched from the arrival last year. Their mother, or that pig's mother, is a Trick Daddy that he says is his absolute favorite cross sow on the farm.
Well, Adam has done an awesome job, and those pigs up north, and even down here. When you talk about spots, Yorks, Durocs, crossbreeds, those guys have done as good of a job as anyone as putting those together. And this spotted pig, I think, has got big upside. His look, his build, his comfort, his squareness down low are all very good. That looks like a good big hog to me. It looks like his continuation is very good. I saw in match last year the Swallow boar that's there, and that boar hit me as hard as anything hit me all spring. When we looked at boars up there, we used him as hard as we could early, and it paid off for us, because I would tell you that in our first sale, our unmatched pigs were the highlights, and they were very good. I think this pig has got some of the very similar indicators in terms of his head shape, his arm, the squareness of his chest, everything down low, and just having natural muscle out of his shoulder and back when you watch him go directly away. I think that's an awesome pair of pigs here from Adam Beck.
Next up is Jake Gossett with the Gossett crew, and no doubt one of the more animated characters that we have in our industry. Joy to talk to, joy to get to know. If you don't know Jake, just pop a chair next to him and listen to a couple stories, and you'll love him pretty quickly there. Been with us for a long time here. Actually, kudos to Jake. Getting into this sale years back when Louisiana had that really bad hurricane hit, and we did a donation there in a sale. Jake anteed up and bought to be into the sale that particular year to help with hurricane relief, and he's been with us ever since, and has brought a great set of pigs over the years. And his leadoff is going to be the belted male that he's on there. That's going to be tag 16. The chromed up pig there is going to be tag number 17. His leadoff is sired by Old Man Wide Awake on a Trick 3 Next Classy. That dam is the aunt to the 4th overall Barrett Exposition and the Granted MLE. His second rounder, the Chrome, is a hang tight, pass the hat, next, stay classy. So royal pedigree there from Gossett Genetics.
Jake's obviously one of my good buddies in this game and has done just an incredible job of putting pigs together. He absolutely stomped us at the Michigan Livestock Expo this year with the two very best ones, in my opinion, at the pig show. And they were so stout. I watched both of those pigs grow up and get better every single day. This belted pig, if you haven't fed a wide awake, you probably should, and I would get in on this particular pig. They get better, they respond, they do everything that you ask them to as show pigs, and that's so hard to do anymore. This pig's very good in his build. He's comfy in his step and his skeleton, but he's short-backed and he's sharp in his shape. He's got an awesome head shape about him. And then that stout little one over there, man, he is so stout, and I think he's got a window that allows him to feed into March and beyond. His limbs are absolutely ginormous. He's got a big rib cage laid in him, but his head is so stout, which tells me he's always going to be a stoutie. He's never going to be a sissy. Jake's been on an absolutely incredible run. I'd put one of those on feed for sure and watch out because Jake's on a heater. And go back there, talk to him. You won't be disappointed. He's brought us a great set.
Final Drive Genetics, our local Arkansas crew is here next, and it brings us a pair of them. Jordan Leatherman, outstanding individual, one of the I guess more notorious livestock judges probably across the country there. One of the sharper guys that I've got to know over the last decade or so in the industry, and always interested whenever he hits the ring with pigs. It's always kind of perks me up, and I always want to see what he brings because not only does he bring good ones, but I always appreciate Jordan's ability to put stock together. He does his own thing. He builds from within, and he's an individual thinker in this thing, and I've always thought that was an incredible trait that he has here. He is on his leadoff pig. That's going to be tag 53, and then the wider belt there is tag number 54. Tag 53 is a blacklist, quite frankly. Kiss My Hawks. Mom was a class winner at LSU there. Kiss My Hawks Sal has been responsible for 20-plus State Fair Grand or Reserve overalls. His second rounder, the wider belt there, he's a mainline, no intro. Mother produced the Grand at Arkansas State Fair and the Reserve Grand at Arkansas Youth Expo.
I'll talk these as mine are coming in next. We'll let Jason talk those. Yeah, Jordan and I go way back. I helped him take pictures back in the day in Shipshewana, and man, he learned a lot from his dad and just building quality livestock. You're never going to see him bring a bad built one. He's judging all the shows, and the one that he's on there is extra stout. I love that particular show pig's head. He's got a flag kind of scorpion tail about him that's memorable. He's so good in his skeleton. He's so comfortable in his step, and it still looks like a pig that's going to get stouter and stouter every day. I really admire that pig's build and his head shape. Very, very fun pig from Leatherman. The one Clyde's on there, the wider belted pig, is maybe just a little more immature, and that's okay. We got to have different sizes and shapes. That's still a wide pig underneath. It's got an awesome back shape about him. He's level and good and flexible out of his rear joints. I think a very, very fun pair from Leatherman.
We got Albrights next, my good buddy here to my right, and a very good friend of mine. I admire him in a lot of different ways, but if we're just talking pigs in the ring and kind of what he does at home on his farm, I think no doubt one of the sharper individuals that we've got in our industry right now, and probably more importantly, one of the best people that I know in our industry. And he leads off with a Berkshire there, this tag 78. Obviously, we're kind of Berkshire enthusiasts ourselves, and I'll tell you just my perspective. When I'm thinking about what to breed to or what I want to do Berkshire-wise, one of the first people I text or call is Dougie. He's passionate about about him, and he knows kind of what's going on and where we're at and where we need to be better and things of that nature. And he brings us a male pig here that's an onward top shelf that he says in his write-up is one of his favorites of the season, one he'd love to breed sows to if he's considered as a boar there. I'll have Lackey kind of tell you why here in a bit, but that's going to be his leadoff there, tag 78. His solid white one is going to be tag number 79. He's sired by Truce there at Crossroads. Mother is the woolly leg sow that would also be the mother of Call of Duty.
Well, Doug brings us in a pair of pigs here. The white one, I think, I'll talk about him first. That pig is incredibly stout, and white ones are hard to find this time of year, and they're definitely hard to find with that kind of stoutness, that kind of skull, rib cage body. That pig is just incredibly stout, regardless of every angle you look at him. What I'll say about this Burke, that pig can win. That's the first thing I thought when he walked in the ring. That pig can win a show. He's got his head stout. It matches his arm. It matches his rear leg. But for as stout as his feature is and as stout as his foot is, there's still extension in the right spots. And that hog gets off to the side, and he presents an incredibly good picture. I know Cassidy referenced Borbara. I don't know where he goes, but the only thing I'll tell you from that standpoint, we had some Upward pigs. Onward, obviously, is a son of Upward, and those pigs, their upside is incredibly good. I've really liked what I've seen out of these. I was pretty proud of what we brought to Luke's there a couple of weeks ago. I like that pig. I'm not sure if this is not my favorite Berkshire male that I've seen all fall or summer. Hell, it's fucking August.
All right, next up is C-C, the Homan family from right up the road here. A firm that sold actually a Chester male last year that ended up reserved Chester there at San Angelo for Colby Christie's crew. They bring us a pair that are going to be tags 55 and 56. 55, it's going to be the one closest to me here. He's a Tarzan tricked out. Same sow that had Ava Luke's grand gilt at the State Fair and Heart of Texas. The other pig there, 56, that's closest to us now. He's going to be a Till You Can't Shake the Frost. That'd be the same sow that would have had Ava Luke's champion lightweight division York Bear at San Antonio 2 times ago.
A really fun pair of all white pigs to discuss, and that Shake the Frost stuff, many people don't know. He wasn't around forever. That's a Keplinger boar that goes back to some of his good stuff, and so there's power in the blood in this particular pair. Man, they're shapely, they're attractive, they're tall-fronted type of market hogs that are incredibly stout down low, but still immature. I think a very, very good pair that have a high kind of window about them. Their maturity looks right. They're very shapely in terms of their look or their top line. But, man, they're attractive-headed, and white-classing pigs have been very hard to find, as Jason just mentioned. I think a very, very fun pair of all white ones here for you guys to study.
We got the Mississippi crew in next, Ace Genetics. That'd be Matt Hammonds, and he brought Nikki Abear down with him. And nice to see Chris Sullivan here in the ring driving one and earning his keep at least to make it all the way to the great state of Texas. But great guys, great program. A pig here that I'm pretty fond of. I'll be interested to see what the guys say about him. But their leadoff pig is going to be the traditional belted Hampshire marked one. That's another monkey business. Mom's a trick daddy, my intention, first litter gilt deal. The monkey business hype is for real, guys, and this pig, I think, is another reason why. His second rounder's kind of the narrow belt there, off belt, if you will. He's going to be out of our board Swamp Thing once again. Mom's a money line, here I am. So he can correct me if I'm wrong, Matt can, but I think this pig is almost entirely swallow bred in terms of lineage and pedigree there. But again, this is going to be Ace Genetics. Tag 46 is the Hampshire marked one. Tag 46 is the narrow off belt.
Well, if you don't know that firm and that family out there, I would tell you that they have done as good of a job putting stuff together and dominating their state and dominating as up and comers as anyone comes in here. Doug and I have talked a couple times tonight, and as show judges, as evaluators, as you guys sitting out there, it takes about 3 seconds to identify quality. These two come in, and it doesn't take very long to understand. They brought these here for a reason. These are two incredibly high-quality pigs. I would tell you they're pretty different, and honestly, I think their endpoints are pretty different on what you can do and how you can manipulate these two. Go find them in the back. Go study them. I hate when people say go find them in the back, but go find them and study and see what you think. Talk to those guys. Nikki's here. That's what Cassidy said. I haven't even seen Nikki yet. I haven't seen Nikki in a long time. But these pigs are good. They're very high quality, and they've got a chance to do big things this spring.
All right, next up, Wagner Family Genetics. We've got Shelby and Morgan with us here. Very familiar faces in this particular region, and a great family once again that goes years back in the show pig industry in Texas. Have been with us since the beginning, have been major supporters both selling and buying here over the years. They bring us a pair, and they're going to lead off with their Chester male there. He's tag number 40. The blue male is tag number 41. The Chester is a secret sauce, change of plan. The blue male is out of Diablo again there at Schleiz on a Ricky Bobby sow. That'd be the same family as the bear they sold last year that goes second in the heavy Yorks at Houston for the Ollie family.
Guys, this Chester is very good. It's so hard to make late maturing Chesters that have length and extension up front that are good crested. Man, this guy's very good up front. He's tall fronted. He's great shaped. He's got an awesome hind leg about him, and still a very good rib cage laid in him. And it's hard to find the right type of maturity curve on Chesters. That pig has it. Obviously, where he fits is kind of up to you, and where they think he's going to land relative to his end point. I'd encourage you to talk to him. This blue pig is so wild in his look. He's shapely backed. He's big in his pin set. He's got a very, very stout hind leg about him. And with all that stoutness down low, he's got a really long and clean neck about him. I think a late maturing type of show pig, if you bring him around at the right rate of speed, I guess, if you will, he could be a whole lot of fun. And a very, very good pair from Wagner.
The Flatland crew is in next here, and Ben and I, very, very good friends, and had the chance to judge Perry there a couple of years ago together, and have got to know him even better since then, and he's brought pigs the last several years here, and very nice, good feeding pigs, and just reflecting back over the last few years, I don't know if there's someone that's brought pigs that have won more at a jackpot or an endpoint there than what he has, and I saw this pair out this morning on my walkthrough. I texted Ben, and I was like, I think these two just look incredible. Best pair he's brought here over the years. I hope you agree, but a very, very impressive pair of pigs that he brought. These are tag 4 and tag number 5. Tag number 4 is going to be the pig on the back corner there. He's a Rampage, past the hat hero, first litter gilt there. His second rounder is the one that Ben is on there in the back, and that is going to be a Rampage past the hat hero as well. So Littermate brothers here that the Flatland crew brings us to the Alliance in tag 4 and tag 5.
Well, welcome to Kerrville. I'd say what Ben brings us here. The first thing I heard was Cassidy said Rampage, and we went to Laird's this past time, and that was a boar that Boble had raised, and I obviously saw him sell at King's for what he sold for, and that hog looked as good mature as possibly any boar that I was so impressed by him, and I thought visually he just fit what we needed. That's beside the point. No one cares. I'm just rambling. But this pig, yeah, just calm down, Ben. These pigs come out and they've got big pieces, and I know that we are going to continue to try to sell boars throughout the summer and throughout the fall. And if this boar doesn't have big pieces to you, I would encourage you to try to look in here. Big arm, awesome feet. His head matches his arm, his rear leg matches his arm, but everything bends in the right direction. Past the hat, what was behind that? No one cares. I'm just asking for myself. But past the hat's behind that. Obviously, past the hat, all the Sloan stuff. You got Hero, all the Hofschulde stuff. These hogs look immature in the right spots, but they're stout in the right spots. I think the barrel looks like he could feed incredibly well. This boar pig, I'm not sure where he ends up, but I would assume that later this evening he probably will find a home that doesn't want to castrate him. That boar has got big pieces. Good job, Ben. Congratulations, great pair.
Next up, we've got Mollett Genetics here. John Mollett, another guy, just an outstanding man, outstanding program. I know he's sold some here the last couple days, gilts, male pigs. He's been long-standing in this industry and one of the greatest influencers, again, genetically, when you talk about especially the female side of things for a lot of guys that have built herds around those. Been with us for a few years. His pigs just flat feed, guys. I don't know what it is in the water there where he's from or what necessarily it is on the bottom side of pedigrees, but his pigs just year after year continue to surface. These are tags 24 and 25. 24 is the bigger male pig there going away from me. 25 is the narrow-belted one here close to me. These two are going to be Littermate brothers, sired by One Way there at Moyers, and their mother is a trumpet that is actually, their mother was the 4th overall gilt at the Arizona National 2 times ago.
To echo Cassidy's comments there about Mr. Mollett and what he is as a livestock breeder is absolutely unmatched. He's brought us a very good pair that look very immature where they need to be in terms of their head, their height to shoulder, their proportionality is very good from the side. They look like hogs that are going to feed and get better. He's had an absolutely incredible run, and how well those pigs respond and feed is why he's been so successful. I think you got a pair here that are enough different but enough alike that just brings so much quality to the table. I think they definitely need your consideration to make show bearers that can be highly competitive. Mollett brought you a very good pair. Go look them up in the back.
Next in, RB2. This will be the Balzer family from right up the road here. They bring us a red male and they bring us a white male here. I believe that their leadoff pig is going to be the Duroc male, tag 76. The white male is tag 77. The red male is a Bottle Rocket Statement Day train station. The white male is a white knuckle red shirt Keep Cole. He mentions that the mother was the grand at Bandera County last year.
A little diversity here on breed. Obviously, we've got a solid white pig in here that, and I've said this throughout the weekend. We said that it's our sales as well. Those are hard to find. Just making them solid white, and this pig's got some feature, got some shape. Still, I think has got some upside to him. The red one, obviously, I would say those two probably won't go to the same show. But that red pig, you look at him, he's a stout-headed pig. It's got a big arm and a stout head. Probably just needs to ease along wherever he's going. But a square-built one with good muscle texture. Nice pair of pigs here.
Coming in the ring next is going to be Fortner Show Pigs. That'd be J.R. Fortner and Jacob Holland. Usually the pair comes together. This year, I think Jacob's kiddo had to have surgery, and they had some medical issues that kept him at home. But he's with us here in spirit. J.R. and his family came, and his daughter and her boyfriend helped us tremendously get these pigs out earlier and look through them, and I want to thank them personally for doing that for me. This pair, they're going to lead off with the male pig. Their second rounder is going to be the gilt. That's tag 59 on the male, tag 60 on the gilt. The male is a silverback. That'd be the blue Gosspor there at Laird's. Mother would be a Punisher. The gilt would be out of Seeing Things, who had just an incredible run, especially at OIE this past year, winning the Yorks and the Hamps. Mother would be a Whamsow that I believe is a litter mate to the bear that wins the Texas National a couple years back.
A very good pair of white pigs out here. This bear first is so shapely, so square in his build. Still a tall-fronted type of critter that's got a really good rib cage about him. He just looks like an easy feed, an easy kind of show pig to get right where you want to get him there. A very, very neat individual. This gilt obviously could be a very, very fun show gilt, but in the same breath, she just looks like a very good sow. She reads that way through her head and her jawline, her arm shape, her comfortability when you set her in motion is very, very good. I think a very, very fun pair of all white ones from Fortner.
Well, a little bit like Lackey said earlier, welcome to Kerrville. And we've got a pair in the ring next we're excited to talk about here. My good buddy Slim, I think he does a couple things very, very well, and that's make very, very elite animals. And at this point, I'd say he's very, very good at recruiting good showman talent to drive his pigs. We've got Miss Lindner and Miss Ferguson here on them, and brings us just a tremendous pair. I think Slim sold a pig okay last night at Lindner's, from what I hear. Brings us a pair here that he's equally as fired up about, and these are tags 74 and 75. Fallon on the opposite side of the ring with the Hampshire marked pig is going to be tag 74. That's going to be his leadoff, and that's a far and wide absolute. Mother is a young sow that he bought from Cantrell at the she sale a couple years ago. The chromed up pig that's going to be his second rounder is a Whiskey 918 Money's On True Colors. That'd be out of the same sow family that made his $150,000 one last night at the Linder Farm Sale.
It's almost impossible to deny what Slim has done and what CNC has done in the last couple years. They had that that pig that sold in Comfort there a couple years ago. That was Far and Wide, wasn't it? That was Far and Wide. That has done an awesome job, and you see that hog in a lot of pedigrees right now. He sells the one last night that I know was incredibly popular. Went to Premium Blend, and I would tell you, Boar guys, Bear guys, everybody was on him to a certain point because of just his quality. Both these have got incredible quality out here. The belt has got big feature, big spread down low, and a great big rear leg. This painted one, to me, that's the one that hit me awfully good when he came in. His head carriage, his toe quality, his squareness behind, and just still his silhouette and build and comfort in his spine from the side are all very good. Doug and I have both said this a couple times tonight. Buying the programs here, these guys have got an incredible program year after year. They're putting boars and studs and bears that win that are just very, very memorable.
Next in, we got Josh Diaz from D2. I don't think Josh was able to be here in person here, but sent a group here with a Barra to represent himself. And Josh has been kind of climbing the ranks very, very quickly the last few years, and he's had an awesome run with a few of these Berkshires, and he wanted to send one to kind of represent himself here. This would be D2's lone entry. He's tag number 36, and he's going to be sired by King of the Castle on an Above and Beyond sow. Mother of this one he mentions was the 6th overall Burke at the Texas Elite this past year.
Yeah, Diaz has been very, very, yeah, he's climbing that ladder very, very fast. And you can see why with this particular pig. He's awesome from the side. He's great in terms of his look. Those King of the Castle pigs we saw last night were very good, and this one's no slouch either. He's awesome from the side. He's great in terms of his maturity pattern. He looks like a pig that's going to get better every day that he's on feed. I like that pig a great deal to be a very good heavyweight type of Berkshire.
Four or five livestock, Hagen, Montgomery, and Kelby, they come in here next. And a couple guys I've got to know the last 2 or 3 years, I suppose, and they've hit me up a little bit about bringing some pigs, and we wanted to make sure they got in and were in the fold here. And great guys to deal with. I think they've got an eye for quality. They've been very, very fun for me to talk to and to get to know, and I think they're passionate, they're eager, they study hard, and they're going to be folks that their pigs are good now, obviously, but pay close attention to these guys over the next 5 to 10 years. I think they're going to climb the ranks very, very quickly. This is tag 71 and 72. Their leadoff is the solid black male. He's a one-day different league, and he mentions this is a litter mate to the pig that he sold there at Knight's farm sale a couple weeks back, and he says this is the most EST one in this particular litter. His second rounder is going to be tag 72. That'd be the Chester male. He's a slow burn WD-40. Litter mate to the leadoff at Lackey's pig, Lackey sale last weekend. Mother is a litter mate to the champion Wide OPB at Angelo in 2025.
These guys, these guys have been on a tear, and I know their appreciation for the Chester breed. Had champion and reserve Chester Bear there at Houston last year. Cassidy referenced the pig they had at San Angelo a couple of years ago. We'll talk about the crossbred initially. He paints an awesome picture when he comes out of the gate. His head carriage is good, and honestly, his height to shoulder doesn't necessarily match the size of his rear leg, and that's kind of a neat thing to me. He's a stout-headed pig that's long ahead of his blade, but still everything attaches correctly out of the top of his shoulder. But that hog's got a genuinely big arm and a big rear leg, and still everything kind of sits where it needs to down low for a skinny little pig. That's a neat animal. I would tell you, just go get with those guys in the back on the Chesters because they know what they're bringing. I would tell you breed hogs aren't necessarily supposed to look like the crossbreds at this stage. Doug and I have said that a couple times tonight on Durocs and everything else. Burks, Chesters, red ones, some of them just look a little different early on. And but this one, I think, from the side, I think you can see a lot of quality in this pig. In terms of just his skull, his build, and how everything's laid in there. And like I said, no one has been as hot in the Chester breed in our state in the last 12 months as these guys. Nice pair that they bring us.
Well, I just got done telling Dougie, and not to show necessarily any favoritism, but just to call it how it is, that I know we're getting towards the end of the preview and whatnot, but I hope you're dialed in. I hope you're zeroed in and your attention's in the right spot, because what's coming in these last three consigners pigs, I think are going to be a lot of the sale highlights. And the guy that has this pig, tag number 80, needs absolutely no introduction, guys. One of the greatest to ever do it. His name's Rory Delm, a guy that obviously was the king of it at one point. He's maybe drifted further into the cattle deal more so than the pigs the last few years. But if you saw his Facebook post, that kind of tells you all you need to know probably before you ever see the pig. But when I saw the pig, I called Rory, and he said, "Bubba, I think I'm coming back." He's white to go on top of it. This pig just, I think, speaks volumes to the man that made him, speaks volumes to the program. I think an incredible opportunity in this particular sale. And tag number 80 from Rory D. This is a line-bred pedigree, sired by a boar that he has there at his house, back on his aunt. I got kind of caught up in the pig here, guys, and I didn't have my pedigree pulled up. This is a Chances Are Urban Legend Backdrop's mom. This one's double bred Backdrop's mom that he bought in the exchange a couple years ago.
There is, as a student of the game, Doug, as a student of the game, there is no one that has ever been better than him. There is no one that will ever be better than him, than Rory. My wife has asked me a couple times about, our state, our industry. What Rory did when I was a kid, I don't remember. I think there was like 25 classes across at San Antonio one year. He won like 23 of them. That will never, ever be done again. He was ahead of his time. He saw stuff that everyone else didn't see. He is one of the greatest stockmen that has ever been in our industry, cattle, pigs, whatever. And if you don't care about what I'm saying, that's fine. But I want to preface that before I say this. That is the best white pig I've seen all fall. They're impossible to find. You cannot find them. They're either blue or they're terrible or they're both. Rory's an icon. I will say it again. No one will ever do what he did. This pig, if you don't have him on your radar, boar or barra, this pig is going to win if you don't screw him up.
Well, I told you dial in, make sure you're focused. They're going to keep coming here as we end up. We got Blunt Farms in next, guys. They're going to roll you out a trio here. The belt is their leadoff. And these are going to be tagged 37, 38, and 39. This is tag 37, sired by Old Boy that's there at Blunt's. But more importantly, this pig's mother is not only the foundation of everything the Blunts have achieved the last few years, but that sow is also the mother of Camlin Mason's bear that wins Fort Worth 2 years ago, that many think is one of the old-timers.
Not much needs to be said about what they've accomplished. Obviously, Cassidy referenced that. But when we talk about the pig, guys, it takes men to win pig shows. They can't be sissies. And this hog is not one of those things. He is a man. He's stout. His head's stout. The width between his eyes, his arm, his chest, his rib cage is incredible. He's stout when he comes at you. He's stout when he leaves you. His rib cage is where they need to be. He's got a flag tail to boot. He's a comfy built type of or boar pig there, if you will, that it's just hard to replicate. He's hard to duplicate. He's a very, very good show pig. He's on your short list, or he needs to be. Blunt brought us a very, very good critter in tag 37.
These will be Blunt's last two. These are lots 38 and 39. This is the firm, guys, that would have had the champion light cross at San Antonio, and its inaugural year this past year. These are going to be a pair of littermate brothers, sired by Old Boy. Their mother is a French Kiss sow that would be the mother of the Horton family's Supreme Guilds overall at the Texas Elite 2 times ago.
Jason mentioned it a few times of how hard they've been to find high-quality, light-colored pigs. And guys, not to toot my horn, we just won Ohio with a blue one. A blue one wins Iowa. Blue Gilt's double hole Illinois. Blue Gilt wins Indiana. Blue Pig won Houston. They've been good. They can win, and the good ones are absolutely undeniable. This is a very good pair. Their body cavity is awesome. Their bone and features incredible. And what really sets them apart, in my opinion, is their just ability to proportion the right way and look like show bears when you step off to the side of them. Their build, their shoulder angle, very good pair from Blunt. Blue pigs can win. Blue lives matter, if you will. And find where they fit into your program and their feeding window. A high-end pair from Blunt.
Well, coming into the ring next is Berger, and they're going to run 62 and 63 in here. These are going to be their second and third rounders, guys. Their second rounder is going to be the Gilt that's tag number 62 that's in the center of the ring. That pig is going to be sired by our boar, Swamp Thing. Once again, mother is a Stinger, quite frankly. And then their last rounder is going to be tag number 63. That's the belted male pig here. And he is going to be a gassed up double down.
Well, one of the guys that I respect as much as anyone in the state of Texas is Colby and Cliff and Addie and what they do. Colby does his own thing, and I respect him a lot for that. He brings us in a pair right here that, once again, have very different endpoints. I think the male pig out here is got some grow in him. I think that hog has got some future, and don't take that for granted. Doug, we can't take that for granted anymore. Hogs that look like they've got length in the right spots and hogs that can grow and get there when they need to. The Gilt is not going to weigh 300 in January, just my estimation in the calculator that I just pulled out. If you're looking for a sow, I know Win Texas here. Berger had a Gilt that we showed at Texas Elite there 3 or 4 years ago that was one of the neatest animals that we've ever shown. She went to Will, and she's done an awesome job there for Will. You're going to see a lot of breeding pieces coming out of Berger's because of the stuff they inject there to just try to make their stuff different. And this Gilt is different in those regards in terms of her head, the size of her rear leg, and the way that everything moves and bends behind. She's got a big pin set and lots of neat parts to her. Berger brings us in a very nice pair here to start out.
Well, I told the guys earlier, I said, I hope everybody stays put. I hope we don't drift too far, because the pig that's going to round out our preview, the last one that's going to come to the ring, might be as good a one that's ever been in this particular sale. And that's speaking over 8 years, and I want to speak personally on this. Kobe is one of my very, very good friends. And I want to say that when I moved home 10 or 11 years ago from college, kind of the pig that put us on the map and made us capable of doing what we do today was a boar named Manchild that Kobe sold me for probably way too little of money. He did me an enormous favor and laid an animal in our hands that, like I said, made us capable of what we're doing today. He allowed us to build a sow herd. Years later, he had a bear his sister showed that won San Antonio, the COVID year that many people still remember to this day. I was visiting with Kobe this morning. I'm sure many of you have seen the Snapchats, you've seen the videos, you remember the pig. But he told me this morning, I truly believe this is the very best pig that I've ever raised. Color aside, doesn't matter. An incredible animal. He is tag number 61 from Burger Farms.
We'll round it out here, and Ben Cooley got mad at me earlier because I started talking and I didn't even talk about his pigs. I'm not going to do that either here. This week's been tough on me. We moved Weston into college on Thursday. Probably the toughest week I've ever had as a dad. Having to do that, having to send him off to college, and so it makes you more sentimental. The reason I bring that up is because Kobe's my friend. I don't have a lot of people that I consider close friends. Kobe is my friend. I respect his talent. I respect his ability. And I know that he tries so hard at this and wants so bad to have him. If you're here, if you're on the internet, guys, it's hard to make him to look like that. It's almost impossible to make him to look like that. Kobe, I'm proud of you. That's a damn good pig. Addie, I'm more proud of you because I know Kobe didn't do shit at home, but that is a very no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Guys, it's a great set of picks tonight. I'll let Cassidy do all the stuff here in a minute. Go find the guys in the back, find the pigs you like, get them out once again. This is an awesome way to end our preview. We'll get our logistics ordered, lined up, and get rolling here. Great set of pigs. Good job, Cassidy.
Well, thank you guys again. I want to say thank you to Doug. Thank you for Jason for dealing with us on the technical issues there and getting through that. But I'm very, very proud of this set of pigs. Thank you to the consigners. Guys, if you haven't got the jambalaya yet, that Dugas crew has spent all day slaving to make it. It's something we pride this sale upon. Grab you some food, grab you a drink, kick out what you need to in the back. It is 7:25. We are going to try to start the sale at 8 p.m.